all sails again. Drink up me hearty yo-ho! Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, is the 5th movie in the Pirates of the Caribbean series. In Dead Men Tell No Tales, a crew of pirates escape from the Devil's Triangle led by Captain Salazar, hell-bent on destroying every pirate at sea. The only way to do this is to acquire the Trident of Poseidon, but lo and behold, Jack Sparrow is also after the Trident of Poseidon, and so isn't a bunch of other people. So now we have a movie. A movie that nobody really asked for. I love the first one, Curse of the Black Pearl, and the sequels are watchable. The first one's a legit good pirate movie. The sequels, like I said, are watchable. I don't really necessarily think any of the sequels are that good, especially 2 and 3. I like 4 a lot. I actually like 4 more than 2 and 3, and 4 still remains my favorite sequel. I know I'm in the minority there. At this point in the series, though, when you reach number 5, especially in a series like this, I'm not expecting to be blown out of the water or anything. I just want to kick my feet up, be entertained, shove some buttery popcorn in my face. Luckily, Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales was mostly satisfying and mostly entertaining. By that, I mean it's definitely the weakest Pirates of the Caribbean movie. So what I like about the movie is that I feel like, as opposed to the other sequels, even the 4th one, even though that one's my favorite, there's a sense of adventure here. That's what I liked about this one. It's definitely more adventurous than On Stranger Tides, not as convoluted as At World's End, and didn't have as much stupid stuff as Dead Man's Chest. I commend the movie for that, and this movie was a lot shorter, clocking in just under 2 hours and 10 minutes. At least it wasn't 2 hours and 45 minutes of the Brethren courting pirate lords and pieces of 8, all that shit that made the 3rd one weird. A lot of people complain about the pacing with the sequels, but I thought this movie kinda, there were some pacing issues, sure, but for the most part, it flew by at a good pace, and I was like, damn, we're already at the end. There are some emotional moments in this movie. The end was very satisfying, I will say that. The end tugged at my heart and gave me the feels. There are some characters that come back that were not in the 4th one, that were in the other sequels and the 1st one. Fine, I'll just spoil it. It's in the trailers, though. Will Turner is back. That's really the stuff that tugged at the heartstrings and was really emotional. I was just like, aww. I wasn't sure what to expect from the visuals. There were times where the visuals for me looked a little off, especially when Salazar first showed up, and I mean, the trailers didn't really do it any justice. I mean, it looked awful in the trailers, but it actually translated well into movie. Like, he didn't have that black goo running down his mouth like he did in the trailer. The look of the ghost pirates, though, those were cool. The ghost sharks were pretty cool. The look was awesome, like how each one had their own design. This movie, though, had some trip-ups. Seriously, you bring back Orlando Bloom for the character that has arguably the best story arc in the entire series, and he's relegated to 2 scenes at the very beginning and at the very end and does nothing. Why? Like, why couldn't he have just showed up at the end for an action scene with the Dutchman? That would have been awesome! And I wanted to see more of the ghost sharks. They were also only in 1 scene, and I was just like, this is a cool concept. Expand on it. My least favorite part of the movie, surprisingly, is Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow. Captain Jack Sparrow is no longer a character. It is just Johnny Depp playing Johnny Depp. Jack Sparrow in this movie is like a drunk old guy who's past his prime. And I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the writing or the directing, but there was just something off to me about Depp's performance as Jack Sparrow in this. It's almost like he's tired of playing the character. He's like, 5th one? Come on! So now he's just playing himself. And once again, in another Pirates of the Caribbean sequel, there are way too many people going after the same object, like there were in the last one. Plot threads just show up out of nowhere. Backstories just come unannounced. New characters just randomly pop up. In all honesty, did the British Navy have to be in this movie? They were as expendable as the Spanish in the 4th one. And there's just those dumb scenes that plague these sequels. For instance, there's this scene where Jack Sparrow is told he has to marry this woman and she has 2 children while he's on a beach. What did that do to forward the plot? Nothing. You wasted about 3 minutes in that scene doing nothing. Okay? That was a completely unnecessary scene. And the whole Trident of Poseidon thing, that's a great idea. It's just when they acquire it at the end of the movie, you know they're acquiring it. Yeah, it's just not used a lot. And I wanted to see that used a lot more. The new characters, Karina and Henry, played by that hot chick from The Maze Runner, whose name I do not know, and Brendan Flates. Yeah, they got good chemistry, but their material is so limited, and you don't really buy the fact that there's a budding romance there, because there's barely any interaction between the two of them. A lot of things in this movie, including that, try to recapture the magic of the first one, and it fails to do so. I mean, I really don't care about them as characters. They're not that fleshed out. I mean, Karina is a little fleshed out. But other than that, Henry, not really. I just care about what they won. That is the Trident of Poseidon. I could care less about anything else. Best part of the movie, hands down, Barbossa. Barbossa is the best part of the sequels. He's the best part of this movie. He's the best part of the first movie. Basically, Barbossa is just the man. As a Pirates of the Caribbean movie, this is the weakest one in my opinion. There's a lot more that I don't like in this one. Probably the sequel that has the most things that I don't like. It is a fun adventure though. It is not terrible. I did enjoy myself while I was watching it. There is a post-credit scene though that sets up a sequel that nobody wants, that we don't need, but is going to happen anyway. I'm going to give Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales a 6.5 out of 10. So what did you guys think of Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, and what is your favorite Pirates of the Caribbean movie? Drop me a comment in the comment section below. And you can find me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter. If you're on YouTube, you can subscribe at the end of this video and check out a couple other videos I have done. And I'll see you next time. Drink up, my apologies. Yo-ho!